Hey, it's Topher right here on Geek Public Radio, and we are finally back. It has been our 2 weeks. Yes, we are here inside of our studio. If you look, it is all nice and starting to get fancy, and all of the fun things have been happening. And we're here to talk about the dumpster's fire that was E3, but there is apparently some stuff that we can talk about that is halfway decent, I guess. A director who went off the rails and started attacking people on the internet, and we're going to be talking about and watching another trailer for something that I really can't wait for. So all of that coming up. I'm trying to tease. Maybe you'll stay for the trailer. Hopefully you'll stay for the trailer. But
stay for the trailer.
all right, and we're back right here at our command center that we're slowly getting.
We're using that.
What?
Command center. That's
Is
happening.
there command
That's
center?
command center from now on. Yeah.
It
Hey, everybody.
is
It's Crazy Chris.
The
What's going on?
command center. And I got to adjust my camera because it keeps sliding.
I'm really excited
to
for
the left.
today's episode. Like, I'm super excited. Like, I can't wait to jump into this. We're going to be super excited. It's super fun. Everybody's going to have a good time.
Everybody's gonna have a good time.
We're
You
going
got it.
to have a good time right now.
And if you can tell, I think this is the first time that we've actually, like, since I've gotten the studio done, that we did a GPR show.
No, our very last episode we did. For my back wall, yeah. Like, because you did that, last week?
Yeah.
So you finished all this stuff last week. So, yeah, this is the first time they'd see all this because the stuff behind you was all done.
Right. Well,
but
except
my
for the
back
stuff
wall
that's
isn't done yet.
hanging up now, and we
Yeah.
actually got
So,
stuff on the walls. and-
quote, finished.
Finished.
We're never finished.
No,
we
because
don't
by
know
the
how to
time,
stop.
what's funny is I got to meet the tattoo artist down around the corner.
Right.
And
we're
I
going to have
walked
them
in-
tattoo the walls.
And no, like I literally walked in and like I was like, our walls are probably going to end up like that with just stuff everywhere, all across the stuff, just because we do too much stuff in this room, and to try to get everybody represented.
Well, we
is,
should piss off Mallory Archer and just decorate our walls with wallpaper of New Yorker covers. There you go. For all your Archer fans out there, you are welcome.
All right, so let's talk E3.
Let's not talk E3.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Let's talk you guys out there sharing our content and being amazing and helping us grow. We super appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys have been fantastic to us, and we're really grateful. And we're asking you to go one step further. We're asking you to share this video, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Make sure you click the all button so that way you guys get notified every single time we drop a video, which, if you haven't noticed, is every single day. We are in here grinding, working on new material, new videos, new content, just to make you guys happy. Most of the time, we actually do it for ourselves, too, because, honest to God, we have a really good time in this studio, in our command center, doing all this fun stuff, and that is thanks to you guys. So, big thank you. But as always, like, share, consider becoming a member. Check out our other shows on the channel, Sunday Night Madness, The Crazy Chris Reacts. That's me. Hi. And then you can also check out Criminal Fix, Comic Book Guys. We've got a little bit of something for everybody on our website and on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see even more crazy content, stuff that we can't show on YouTube because of rules, consider becoming a member of the geekpublicradio.com family. $5 a month gets you access to movies, games, all kinds of crazy stuff. Get on there and do the thing. So, with that being said, let's talk about E3 because, Angry Face.
Angry face.
Angry Face React / tear / smile.
Angry pouty face.
The first thing that I'm most excited about is Metroid Dread. And they went back to the 2D side-scroller, and
Nice.
Dread looks awesome. It's an existential threat that Samus has to run from, and it's an enemy that you can't kill. It's like a horror genre Metroid game, and I'm
So it's like
so
Death
happy.
is chasing.
Basically, sure. But you like the whole point of it is you're going through like these labyrinthian type tunnels and similar map styles to like your old games, specifically Super Metroid, things like that. Metroid Zero Mission, which was just a reboot of Metroid 2. Let's be honest.
Right.
But going through our Return of Samus, but going through all of those different things, but it's basically the same Metroid style that we all grew up on, and I'm hoping that there looked like there was a map. So I'm hoping that stays, and they don't just be like, well, hey,
well, here you
know
go.
it was really hard. Metroid 1. We should do that. But it looks really cool, really great. I wanted to start off E3.
You're talking about something positive?
With a positive thing, because it's really all downhill from here. Just,
I'm a sad panda.
and E3 has been steadily and progressively getting worse and worse each year, and it's not.
I mean, is it bad that the good stuff doesn't come? Like, we don't find good stuff at shows like this.
No, we
don't.
don't.
Find the good stuff on Steam sales or early releases,
early access. And that's the
know.
thing with the advent of the streaming service. Let's be honest, because it's really what it is. And these companies like EA, Activision, even Nintendo, Microsoft, they all have their own individual shows. They all do their own showcases. Why are they going to pay a random convention and a random convention center tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for giant booth space when they can literally have an entire show that's just focused on them?
Right.
Like, and that's where E3 is.
Well, I mean, you got BlizzCon. Blizzard literally set that bar.
They do their own
said,
stuff. EA has the EA show.
Yeah.
Microsoft does. I'm pretty sure it's like the Microsoft Showcase or something like that. But I'm sure some nerd out there is like, that's not what it's called, which is fine. I don't know all the names of it because
there's too many of them to remember.
That's just information I don't want to keep. I can Google that if I really absolutely have to. It's not something I'll use in my everyday parlance. But so with all of those things, E3 has just become diminished. And it sucks because I remember getting my Game Informer or Electronic Gaming Monthly, for those of you who might remember that publication, even my Nintendo Power, right? And it would have the E3 show, and it would talk about, not necessarily Nintendo Power, but it would talk about like all the cool new games that were coming out. And that was really the only way that you could see those things. Mm-hmm. But now, like you said, Steam sales and early access and developer releases online, and just I've seen, I mean, hell, the Fallout 76 trailer, or not Fallout 76 trailer, Fallout London, right? Which they showcased at E3 because it's a really cool mod. I thought it was really neat of them to do that, but it's on YouTube. It literally came out on YouTube first. I saw it on YouTube before I ever heard about it coming from E3. And that's, that's where we get the majority of our news, which may not be the best place to get it, but companies need to adapt. And E3, they thankfully maybe didn't do an in-person show this year, so it was all online streaming.
Right.
And they did it all virtually. So I'm sure they saved a lot of money, and I think that actually kind of lured some companies back into the fold because
they don't have to have a physical presence.
Right,
anymore.
And so, the monetary
get
cost.
their digital assets together and just send them over.
Right. And that's exactly right. And so Microsoft and even Activision, EA, and things like that, who they were actually absent. Microsoft wasn't. They actually did release some stuff. They threw little teasers out there. And then Sony, I don't think Sony was there either, to be quite honest. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Metroid Dread, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, which is going to be a spin-off first-person shooter that's going to be set in the same vein as Borderlands, cel-shaded graphics, the whole nine. That's supposed to be a loot shooter without the sci-fi element. It'll be a fantasy element for those of you. Pardon me, guys. Sorry. It'll be a fantasy element, much in the same way Assault on Dragon Keep was for the DLC for Borderlands 2, which was by far the best DLC they've ever released for Borderlands. Period. The end. There is no argument. Don't at me. Don't jump into the comments and argue with me. No, seriously, do it. I want to have the argument. But yeah, that's cool. Square released a couple of things that were disappointing, to say the least. There's a Final Fantasy spinoff coming. There's no Final Fantasy 16 announcement. There was no Metroid Prime 4 announcement. So just like the new Zelda didn't really have any gameplay available. It was just kind of a 100-second demo or something, and it looks good. I mean, it's intriguing. It definitely is interesting, but really no information.
It's like
on
a pre-alpha test.
There's no information. What is it?
Right.
Tell me what it is. Don't just like Legend of Zelda 2022. Like, what? That's not information. That's not information. You didn't say fall, spring, summer, nothing. You just said 2022. That could be December 31st, 2022. That'd be heartbreaking. Don't do that. But there were some loadout issues. There were some technical glitches. Several of the games, when they were for display for like their technical aspect, technical demos and stuff, didn't work. And that does not bode well.
Right? No, that's like, oh, hey, look, check out all this cool stuff we can't do.
Right.
Here's pictures. We can show you drawings of how everything's supposed to
check out our concept art. Like, I get it. Like, all these major developers and stuff are trying to. And I'm trying to rush through this E3 news, guys, because there's a lot of it, and most of it's bad. So I don't want to keep you guys on the bad notes. You know, there were some good things. They showed Elden Ring.
Right.
But hey,
which we showed Elden Ring 2 weeks ago.
Spoiler alert, we showed Elden Ring before they did. Literally. Guys, I want you to be aware of that. Geek Public Radio did a react video to the trailer of Elden Ring.
Before E3.
Before E3. And that's why E3's a dumpster fire. There it is. We are I wouldn't say low budget, but we're pretty low on the informative scale. We get information. We get early access stuff, and we check it out. We try to review it the best we can. We
show you what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got Elden Ring before E3, guys. So the moral of this story is you should come to geekpublicradio.com. Consider becoming a member so you get all the news. You don't need to pay for an E3 experience when you can just come to geekpublicradio.com. $5. $5. Not $150. $5. Get you early access to all the cool videos that we feature. I don't understand why you're not doing that. Just financially speaking, this is a win-win for you. Great news, great content, hilarious shows, old school movies, and E3 content before E3 shows it. Just saying.
Yahoo.
We did it. We have arrived. Which consequently is how I believe that people from England say that they're going somewhere. I'm trying to be PG. Gross. Anyways, speaking of London.
Oh, I have arrived.
The Fallout 76 London trailer dropped, and that was super exciting. So we're doing sandwich, right? So we did good, bad, good. And there's some more bad coming, I promise. There's more bad. But Fallout 76 trailer dropped. You guys are going to get a chance to watch that. Make sure you don't go anywhere. Okay. Seriously, it's going to be great.
Let's just do that now. Let's get into it.
You want to do it now? Or No. They get a cliffhanger.
Oh, they get a cliffhanger?
They have to wait. You guys have to wait. So you have to make it through the show. Although this is on YouTube, so you'll probably just skip to the end to watch the trailer. But that's not funny. You know what? We're not going to do it at the very end. Good luck bouncing around the video to figure out where it's at.
It's like, surprise!
Surprise! Fallout 76! Or Fallout London! Nah!
Well, you said something about Fallout 76, too.
I did. So Fallout 76, this wasn't released at E3. This was something that Bethesda was working on. Steel Rain, I believe is what it's called, or Reign of Justice or something like that. But anyways, it's the should be the final DLC for Fallout 76, in which the Brotherhood of Steel came back, which was Dawn of Steel, and I think this one's called Reign of Justice or Reign of Steel or something like that. But you basically, the way that's written, the way it looks, is that you get to decide the fate of the Brotherhood in the hills of Virginia, or hills of West Virginia. So figure out what to do with them. That's supposed to be a cool narrative journey. I'll have to do something on that because
murder them all, sacrifice them to
Cthulhu. No, the old one, the ancient one.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun. Which lots of references to H.P. Lovecraft. If you've never played a Fallout game, there's lots and lots of references to H.P. Lovecraft. But
Or just
yeah,
have him go deal with the Flatwoods monster.
See, I liked the taming element for Fallout 4, where you could like take wasteland creatures and bring them into your camp and like use them as pets and defense, and it was really
now
cool.
if you could do that with like Mothman, the Flatwoods monster.
That's what I'm talking about.
The
Slap a slave collar on one of them.
What was the big gray one?
The Grafton monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be really cool. You bring them into the fold.
And just have them as pets and be like,
right.
Hi.
But like, this is my pet Grafton monster. I call him Grafton. But yeah, so
this is Graft.
Fallout London trailer was really cool. But like I said, lots of no-shows, lots of disappointing news, just generally super underwhelming, overpriced showcase. It really just kind of was, and that makes me sad because E3 used to be this whole just amazing.
No, it was like the
spectacle.
It was the place that you went to check out the new stuff.
It was the Comic-Con of the video game world.
Right. It was like you have Comic-Con for pop culture, you have Gen Con for gaming stuff, and you had E3 for electronic games.
Yeah, which is great. Which is why it's called E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo. But yeah, they're apparently repixelating the Final Fantasies. So Final Fantasies 1 through 6, they're going to make them pixel perfect.
But that just means you got to buy them again for the new console.
Right. I don't care. Final Fantasy 6 was the greatest Final Fantasy that's ever been created. You're not going to tell me otherwise. Kefka's the best villain. Sephiroth is a soy boy. I don't care what you say. He's a whiny, mama's boy, soy drinking, latte having Karen. And I know. Look at his haircut. Sephiroth is the original Karen.
Yeah, it is a Karen haircut.
Sorry, I hate to break it to you, Final Fantasy VII fan girls and boys out there, but Sephiroth was a loser. Big time loser with mommy issues.
All right, so speaking of losers with mommy issues.
That's right. Segway!
Salty Nerd expressed I think it was Salty Nerd that originally expressed the original idea.
I'm pretty sure he had a video.
No, it was a tweet. Literally, it was just a tweet.
Was it just the tweet? I thought he did an entire video on it, but maybe.
No, it was Matt. It was Matt that.
Oh, okay.
That.
All right.
Matt Kadesh made a post.
Okay.
And this was the thing, and try to find the fault in the logic. Okay. To anyone thinking Indiana Jones 5 might be good, let me point out: 1, Steven Spielberg is not directing,
which is an issue.
2, Kathleen Kennedy is producing,
also an issue.
Harrison Ford is 78 years old.
Probably going to be an issue.
And he says it was, and it's written by Jonathan Kasdan, who also wrote Solo. Come to find out that nobody has that script. If he did write one, then that's not what they're using. They're going with something that John wrote.
Oh, okay. So,
or not John, but that James had his hands into or whatever.
So they're claiming that it was written by the guy who did Solo, but it wasn't. Right. That's not the script they're using.
Right.
Okay.
It says it's nothing. Here's the response.
I liked Solo. Sue me.
Right. No, I liked it. Everybody gave it crap. Like,
I thought it was good. Like, did he look like Han Solo? Like, find me somebody in Hollywood that looks like Harrison Ford. Find them.
I mean, I know where we can get somebody that looks like Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill?
No, Sebastian Stan looks like a young.
No, he really does.
Like all you'd have to do is put the wig on him, and there you go.
Yeah, it's Luke. Yeah, it's crazy.
So like, Favreau, there you go.
Yeah.
But so in response, this is what the director of the movie,
which is Mung. What is his name?
James Mangold.
Mangold.
You know him from Logan and various other.
Girl Interrupted. We were talking about that.
Well, I mean,
Girl
honestly, he's got like 16 films under his belt. 5 are passable. Like I could deal with. The rest are like meh, or get that shit off my TV.
I've seen a few of those.
Was it Leonard and Leopold, or Leopold? Kate and Leopold.
Kate and Leopold. That was basically Tristan and Isolde repackaged.
Yeah.
That's really what it was. And Tristan and Isolde was at best. I don't need to see a knockoff. But anyways,
right.
Sorry.
I liked Logan, and I liked
Logan was good.
I liked several of the others. Like there was one, like his third movie. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll pull it up.
That's fine.
Was actually pretty good too.
So we've got these tweets.
So he says, "Hey, thanks, Matt, for one, keeping the world a better place by crapping on the things in the first week of production from your basement."
Oh, there's the basement line.
Never seen a script by John. Nothing against him, just reality. Buttersworth and I started from a blank page. So,
okay,
there you go. And then 1 to 3 are hugely talented.
Can I,
and
hold
all
on,
of them all on my side.
I want to time out right now. He said Buttersworth and him started from a blank page.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You have 4 movies from which to draw upon.
Maybe they didn't.
That's like Peter Jackson saying that he did the Lord of the Rings by himself, because no, he didn't. Not even a little bit. No. J. Tolkien wrote your movies, and why he got all of this critical acclaim for being the best director ever in the history of ever bothers me to this day.
Well, I mean, he was the first one that was actually physically able to bring all that stuff together bring it to the page.
Which is fine. Bring it all together, and that's great. He deserves all the praise for that.
Yeah, no.
But
I mean,
to act like it was his idea is ludicrous. Just simply ludicrous.
it's just ludicrous. It's
just
really
ludicrous.
Ludicrous.
So
ludicrous.
No, you didn't start from a blank page, bro. You have 4 movies to draw upon, 3 of which really, really good, and the 4th one, which is probably where you'll draw your inspiration. But go ahead.
But
Sorry.
the 3rd one is what's troubling. It says 1 to 3 hugely talented, or are hugely talented and all on my side. Let me go back. So Spielberg's on his side, apparently, but he's not directing. He walked away from it.
Okay.
Kathleen Kennedy is producing.
Which, if you don't know who Kathleen Kennedy is, new Star Wars.
Yeah.
New Star Wars.
And Harrison Ford is old. Like, literally, Harrison Ford is old.
Right.
Like, I have a feeling this literally the whole thing is propping him up to hand it over
to a new character.
Right.
Or to a new Jones or whoever.
But
Shia LaBeouf's not going to be in it.
Thank God.
Leave Shia alone.
Like, literally. And when people came back and was like, people came back and was like, stop punching below the belt, like below you. Like, you don't punch down.
You don't punch down. Right.
Right.
You're the director.
Like, literally, like the director. Like, don't you have a movie to make? Like, if you're too busy tweeting at people who find issue with stuff, like, yeah, we don't know what the script is. We can speculate on how to do something, but most of us didn't want this movie.
Right.
Most of us weren't looking for the movie.
No.
And most of us are looking at this as like, okay, we're going to look back at, this is going to be the opportunity to make 4 look good. Which
terrifies me.
Right. Like, when this comes out, it's going to be like, well, 4 wasn't as bad.
And you know what's going to be funny is there will be retro reviews done on 4 that will be judged against the context of 5, which could potentially be the worst of them all. They
haven't gotten better.
Right.
And I'm just saying, like, if you use historic standards, when you get to, like, if 1 through 3 were great.
Yeah, and I say you kind of have to judge them all in the same
in mixed, like they go up and down.
They all fit together, and it's really difficult.
4 is an outlier, because you get out of the romantic period. Yeah, romantic when you talk about archaeology,
right?
So you're looking at, like, it's not the golden age of archaeology. They're not running all over the world finding all this stuff. Most of the stuff has already been found, or things have been started, mechanism been put in place. You had a world war, you had all the stuff going on. Archaeology kind of left the public eye in the 40s. Like, once the World War hit, like, you didn't hear about any more Carnarvons and Carters going across and
there you go. There you go, friends. There's some Google homework for you.
Or Belzanos, firing cannons into the things to clear to clear the debris so they could actually get into stuff.
Right.
I mean, there's no circus performers out actually doing archaeology in the 50s.
Right. Well, and this is the other thing, too, is Topher gets to speak from experience here. Because Topher's an archaeologist. That's a true story.
Literally, the thing, one of the...
When you did not know that, Topher is an archaeologist. He has a degree. He has...
And 10 years experience in the field and
so
several
when
things
he judges the Indiana Jones movies under... He does
not
so...
real. I mean, you like we
but
didn't
still,
we
but
didn't
you still get to
plunder
judge it
and-
under
yeah.
the hat of an archaeologist. You
Right.
still get to look at
The
it with
closest
that
thing
eye.
you see to an actual archaeological dig is the stuff they did in Ethiopia for
Crystal Skull.
no the
Or,
ark, the ark.
The Ark, yeah. 3.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, yeah.
Where they had the huge teams and they're moving the sand and they're doing all that stuff. That's closer to that period of what archaeology would have been.
Right.
Not crawling through temples and putting weighted things, but they're fantastic. It's fun cinematic stuff for you to watch.
Wait, was Raiders? Raiders was the third one, right? Or was it the first one? I know it's and that's what I'm saying. It's like it's really difficult. Last Crusade
Is the third one.
Temple of Doom and Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
Yeah, so it's it should go Raiders, Temple,
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade, which should have been the Last Crusade.
Right. No, you're right. Yeah, Raiders was first because that's the one where he's got the
Well, that's where you,
and the
right.
dude's melting his face.
right, because you have
Because they open the Ark.
or Marion, yeah,
Spoilers.
yeah, Marion in the first one.
Right.
They couldn't get her back for the second movie, so they gave us the blonde,
Right.
and then we had the German chick that slept with both.
Because
Joneses.
she was ridiculous. Yeah. Anyways.
Right. But so the but yeah, so it's not like, after you get to the 3, like 4 is the outlier and it goes down. I understand what they did because in the 20s, and that was my defense for actually why I didn't think that Crystal Skull was as bad as what everybody was going. What you saw with the first 3 was set in that time period, the literature of the time period, like the pulp literature of the time period.
Right.
And what they did with Indiana Jones 4, with Crystal Skull, was placed Indiana Jones in the next pulp time period,
Right.
which was aliens and all of the other stuff. After the nuclear thing happened in Roswell and flying
Right.
saucers and all that other stuff, that was a lot of the pulp material of the time.
Right.
So they just placed him in the next logical pulp era to move him along the timeline because he is older. If you're going to go back to the well, you have to address the fact that Indiana Jones is no longer brown-haired and bushy-tailed and bright-eyed and
Sorry, y'all.
all of that stuff. So you have to move the timeline. You have to advance the timeline. And if you're trying to stay, you can't have that same time period because it didn't exist after World War II.
Right.
So you have to move.
And keeping in that same vein, obviously we don't know the script. We don't know what they're going to do, but are they going to advance that timeline even further?
And
Or are
to
they
question the thing, like,
Or are they going
okay,
to stay in the realm of aliens and the
well,
the
I mean,
material they
you
used for
figure
that
if
one?
he's, how long has it been? At least a decade.
Since Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
Did it come out in 2010?
I
2011?
no, I think it came out before that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's been over a decade. So I mean, they can move him forward into like the 60s, I guess. I mean, you could use the JFK assassination. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that's always a treat.
Yeah. Sarcasm, CIA. That was sarcasm.
But no, but looking at the way things, no, they know what they did.
John Wilkes Booth definitely assassinated JFK from the moon. At a movie studio in Hollywood, Florida, because that's the real Hollywood.
Right? No, the
secret studio. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but no, but no, I can totally see, like, with the progression of whatever. I could see it being set with the in the late 60s.
Sure, maybe they could do something in the Cuban, for the Cuban Missile. I mean, you know,
Well, I was thinking NASA, the moon landing,
there
stuff
you go.
like that.
Actually, that would be that would actually be perfect.
And literally, that gives us
put them on the moon.
Yeah, Indiana Jones on the moon. They find a temple in one of the craters.
Right, exactly.
He's part of a government cover up to make sure that people don't know that
perfect. Yeah.
the little green men are real.
I'm down for that. I mean, it would fit Kathleen Kennedy working on Star Wars, right? That she has some experience in space. So
well, you know, and instead of passing it on, we'll pass it on to a rock.
He gave us a hint when he said they're all on my side. He meant dark side of the moon.
Oh, there you go. With the Nazis.
Code cracked.
Right, with the Nazis that are on the moon riding dinosaurs.
Correct, and shooting space lasers.
I'm trying to throw as many weird sci-fi, sci-fi movies.
Let's get them all out.
Right.
What was that? Iron Order? Something?
Iron Skies or something like that.
I think that's what it was. Iron Skies.
And then they have the second one.
And then don't forget the zombies.
Well, you got the second one, which is actually them riding dinosaurs and invading the Earth.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's. Oh.
But yeah, that was. But no, But the idea, literally, what we have been pitching is what I imagine. What we need to revive our franchise. This one's dead. We need to do something to spark some interest back in this thing, so we can milk it for everything it's worth.
Well, that's actually was part of my chief criticism with Army of the Dead, and I'm not going to give you guys spoilers for my review because we're going to be posting that to the website.
It's up.
Oh, is it up? Oh, then never mind. So if you guys want to see what my opinion is on that.
It's up. It's on the Facebook page and on our Minds channel.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah. So go to any of those places. GeekPublicRadio.com is the primary place you can check that out. I like the title that I came up with. I hope you kept it.
I know I did.
Did you? Army of the Dead on Arrival. It's a zombie movie. Read the review. You'll like it. But that's my chief complaint was that there's a revivification of these classic movie franchises, and they're trying to do new takes and they're trying new ideas, which is fine. I'm all for trying something different in a familiar genre.
Oh, by the way, he also did Copland.
Okay.
I liked Copland.
You would.
I liked Identity.
And then, now,
with
how
John
else?
Cusack.
So we didn't get to the part where he goes off, right?
Well,
that's silly. That's a stupid response, in my opinion. I think that's
go
beneath him for
sure.
Go
make your movie.
Yeah, make your movie and be
let
quiet.
People let the trolls on the internet talk about how whatever that's literally going to happen, no matter what.
No matter what, right?
So
could you imagine if Kathleen Kennedy responded to every criticism of Star Wars? She would have quit.
Hey, everybody go out and tweet.
At Kathleen Kennedy.
Right? Maybe we can do something on that.
We might be able to. You guys are talking about your social justice movements.
That would
listen.
That would save the planet. That would cut
rid
emissions.
Of some of these people that are destroying our childhood.
That would cut emissions down a whole another third. Just get rid of it.
I mean, half the anger on the internet would disappear if that happened.
Right?
They'd all be chilled. They'd be like, wow.
Just take one for the team.
We did it. Could you imagine new fans and old fans united together?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be great.
To put down one last.
Right. And then we could actually write a movie about how we got Kathleen Kennedy fired.
Right.
Or made her quit. I think I got our new idea, bro.
Fanboys 2.
Fanboys 2. The Fanning.
Fanboys Strike
Return
back.
of the Fan.
Revenge of the Fans.
Revenge of the Fans. There we go. Perfect. And we got to get George Lucas involved. That. He has to be.
And it still has to be Fogler and all of those guys from the original one.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, except for the one.
Well, yeah.
But other than that, yes. Dan Fogler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny McBride. We got to get Danny McBride involved. Yeah, that's right. Drinking out of a straw. Sue me.
It's really hard to look like you're a big macho man when you're
you can't look like a tough guy drinking. It's like what? I'll kick your butt, punk. But anyways, did it get worse?
Yes, it continued to rather than like one engagement and saying, whatever. He shouldn't have even done the one engagement. But he continued to I think it was like 30 some responses to a tweet that he wasn't tagged in. He literally had to be trolling the internet, or somebody saw it and sent it to him for him to actually have come across it. But it was this long thing. It was and he kept responding, and and people started chiming in and being like, "Why?" And he's like, I'm just going to face, if somebody has something to say, they can troll or whatever, I'm going to face the trolls. I'm going to get it in their faces. I'm going to do this. I'm like, I have not seen this type of...
You can't beat the trolls. That's the entire point.
Yeah, don't feed the trolls, man.
Yeah, no matter what you do, you just make the troll stronger. The way you beat the troll is...
Give into the hate.
Right, you just starve them out. That's it. You just starve them to death. They'll move on. They'll look for a new source of energy.
Right. Well, I mean, and just like us, and honestly, we look at movies and we talk about movies, and we do all
troll
stuff.
too. We do.
We say, well, I mean, we give our opinions. Yes, they are not. It's not news.
No,
it is opinion, and he does say that in one of his things. Is when Salty Nerd got, he was like, hey, we're not in our business. We have this really cool studio and this, that, and the other.
Right.
And he starts doing the shots at them, saying they're like, hey, we have a nice studio. We have this, all of this stuff and a really cool Batman statue.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
And he literally punched at that one, and was well, I'm glad for your kick-ass Batman statue, and you talk about the thing in front of your fake brick with your soft boxes, and I'm gonna go make a movie. And I was like, you should be making a movie.
Yeah,
anyway.
You should just be making the movie. You don't need to tell us that you're making the movie.
The last time I heard this level of
that's like Michael. I mean, this dude kind of has the arrogance of a Michael Bay without the humility.
Well, literally. Literally, I'm looking at this going, the last time there was this much hullabaloo about, a fan's reaction to the thing was Sony with Ghostbusters, the remake. Where they literally
They blamed misogyny for the reason that their film sucked?
Right, when 90% of, well, not 90, there was a good percentage of the people who were saying it was suck were also females. Who didn't think it was funny, who didn't like the thing.
It had a couple of laugh out loud moments, but the overall tone of that film was not funny.
No.
It was really just
a horrible it was like a horrible rehash of the very first Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, and I'm sorry,
with House on Haunted, not House on Haunted Hill, but Haunted Mansion style effects for ghosts.
Right.
Literally, that was a Disney Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, honest to God. But and that wasn't even my chief complaint. Wasn't even that it was women. I don't care.
No, I was literally I was
intrigued by that. I was this is okay.
Make it a female cast. What you do
neat.
is
this will probably
tie
work.
it into the thing. Make it their daughters or whatever.
And it had some interesting choices for cast, but. I was like, this will be funny.
All of this stuff. No, as soon as they started mentioning half the cast from Bridesmaids, I was like, I'm out.
That Bridesmaid made me laugh, though.
I laughed.
I
just sat there and was
I laughed so hard. I've been involved in so many stupid weddings that movie it hit all the key points, and I was dying. I really did think Bridesmaids was hilarious.
For me, that's not my comment.
The bridal try-on where they ate the batfish, I could not stop laughing. It was so disgustingly funny. But that's my type of humor too. Is toilet potty humor. So I mean, what do you?
But I mean, yeah, but that's not the humor that made Ghostbusters the original thing.
It isn't.
It was situational. It was.
It was sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the comedy was different, and it just had a different vibe.
Well, here,
but
I'll give you.
And it didn't help that Sony literally went through and deleted all the actual criticisms of the movie and just left the misogyny ones. And
to make it, to feed their own cause,
yeah. So
they were trying to regenerate interest. They were trying to take advantage of the social climate in order to generate more money for their movie, which sucked.
Right.
Period. That's end of discussion. That's exactly what they did. And I'm sorry, you may disagree with me, and that's okay.
That is how I'm feeling. They're
what they're doing.
Building this like they're laying the groundwork.
Well, if they cast a female lead, then we'll know that's exactly what. Wait, what?
It's got
so a woman's going to take over the Indiana Jones role?
It's looking like it.
Is it a previous character?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is
like his daughter, or I'm just trying to figure out how to tie that together.
They're like in the new layout. They don't give.
I guess I could figure it out.
Character names.
So is she going to be like Florida Jones or Alabama Jones or Tennessee Jones? Like,
yeah, they just give like the names or like they don't have like any character names on the new IMDb. So,
all right, well,
but
you could make it work.
I mean, I guess she could be a bad guy because you had the female bad guy in the
that's fair.
Skull.
Yeah,
but I think it's passing the torch onto her.
Which is fine. I mean, if you do it right, that's perfectly fine. But if you're just trying to jam it in there for the sake of jamming it in there, it's a really stupid idea.
And hurts and you get yelled at and
then you get divorced. This is reason number 5 why I'm not married.
If you don't get that joke, rewatch all the
React videos. But yeah, see, part of me, I'm curious to see how this develops.
Right.
But that's honestly a huge turnoff for me. With the way he responded and the way he was treating people, I don't even want to watch your movie. Like, and I just don't want to watch it because you're a jerk.
Right, literally. You know, it's like a low podcast. I'm going to say low, but I'm just saying like a podcaster gives an opinion, or just whatever. It's like, well, remember, it's just your opinion. It's not news.
It's like your opinion, man.
It's like, but for people who literally make money sitting here talking about our opinions.
Giving opinions, right.
Yeah. I mean, if you can literally run a government based on opinions, then why can't we like judge movies based on our opinions?
But it's accurate though. That's the thing.
It's literally what's going to inform us. When I ask him like, "Hey, this movie, what do you think?" I don't say, "Give me the straight news on it." I say, "What do you think about?"
Right. I want to know what your opinion about it is, and that's the whole thing. It's like I keep wanting to say Mungro, and I know
Mangold.
It's your job to hype us up for your film, not get into a Twitter war.
Not make the people who literally are going to be talking about your movie
hate you. That's a stupid marketing strategy. I don't know where you got your business degree, probably clown college, but don't do that. Don't go to Feed the Trolls University and expect to come out unscathed, because right now, I liked Logan, man. I liked Logan. Girl Interrupted. Like, I'm not gonna admit whether I liked it or not. That's none of your business. But the simple fact of the matter
loved
is,
Identity.
Identity and Copland, right? So
like that stuff.
Your work speaks for itself, man. You don't need to punch down like we said at the very beginning, bro. Like, your job is to get us excited. Kathleen Kennedy's job is to ruin everything about our childhood.
She is the darkness that Lion King told us
Your
about.
job is to make it seem like she's not going to be that involved. Don't sit there and be like, she's got my back. That doesn't encourage us. That makes us more skeptical, bro.
Right, because it means that all of the people who literally who are going to sell the tickets are not going to be included.
Right.
You're wanting to make sure that everybody who originally loved the stuff is included in the conversation, while trying to get the people who weren't old enough to get involved in it.
Let me give you a sample.
Bring the new people in, and we all celebrate the passing of the torch, which should have happened to a not Shia LaBeouf character in the last one.
Now, and granted, that might be why they're trying to do a 5th one, so they actually have a proper send-off without having some kind of tarnish.
Well, no,
maybe that's what it is, and that's fine.
They quite literally want the ending that they got for the other, where they kill off Indiana Jones. We've got the new mantle, and I have a feeling that he'll die in this. That'll be the cataclysm thing in the 2nd act.
Probably.
He'll die. They'll finish the next person will finish the mission or the thing.
Right.
to
And
the
then you'll see them
climax.
walking into a classroom and teaching archaeology.
Right, and then you'll see the fedora sitting on the hat on a hat rack or on
the desk, probably sitting on the desk or something,
Right.
and then like the whip hanging on a hat rack in the middle of a classroom because that just seems logical.
Right. I mean, if it
Because it's
wasn't
Kathleen Kennedy.
if it wasn't Shia LaBeouf in the last one, the whole thing where the hat blew off and rolled across the thing, and Shia picks it up and goes to put it on, and Indy's like, "Hey," like, "No, that's mine," and like literally that would have been like if anybody other than Shia, like that would have been
A great send off.
yeah,
like
that would have been
great
like the
tip,
end, like
tip of the hat.
right, to literally let him and have him look at him and like and put the hat back on him. And then, like, that's literally passing the hat to the next.
Perfect. And see, that's a great.
Right.
And then you bring up a good point. But let me, Mangold, I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? Hey, thanks for the criticism. I appreciate you taking a look at the film and expressing some interest in wanting to see the finished product. We're working really hard to bring you a product that you guys will be really proud of. We have a good team assembled, and we're looking forward to producing the best possible Indiana Jones that we can produce for you guys. I understand that you might have some misgivings and some hesitation concerning who might be involved, but I have the utmost confidence in our team, and I hope that as the film develops, you guys will too, and I can't wait to show you what we've been working on once we get more done. Do you know what that would have said to me? Hey, you're taking the seriously somebody's criticism, and you're actually welcoming feedback as opposed to just completely dismissing it and calling them cave trolls.
And yeah, and as a fan of the thing of the series, I would have looked at that and go, he actually responded to that. Like,
right.
Maybe I have a chance of like saying something and him responding back to me,
right.
and me having be able to like
a cool dialogue with the director of a beloved franchise.
Right. Something like that. Be like, we would love to talk to you about.
Now I'm just angry, and I'm like, dude, I hope you fail. How about that?
Well, it's not
How
even
about
angry.
that,
I'm just disappointed.
Respond to that.
He may.
Apparently responds to any criticism.
But no, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not angry. I just looked at that and I just kind of shook my head and like, this is not how I direct movies too.
Well,
I'm not that scale of
me,
movie. I've not graduated from to that scale. I haven't had the opportunity to move into the bigger realms of stuff. I have tons of ideas and zero budgets, but we make really cool things happen, on what budget we can pull together.
Right.
I would love to have a multi-million-dollar budget.
But we don't sit there and say that this is the next Jurassic Park. We don't.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like,
sorry,
earthquake!
everybody. Indiana did have an earthquake, by the way. We actually did have an earthquake yesterday. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, San Lamimo, like the chair roll.
But that's the thing.
Over.
Like I try to bring you guys some funny content. I try to be ha funny, right? I crack jokes. I do things like that, right? I don't consider myself a comedian. I'm definitely not a stand-up comedian. Maybe I could write my stuff. I don't know. I've never really even tried. But the point that I want to make is, Mangold, you're not funny. The basement joke is a tried trope.
Right. It literally is so degrading and
right.
so what it's one of those. It's like, oh well, here's the
Here come the basement jokes, right?
Yeah.
It's not it's not funny. Now
the basement dwellers literally box office gold for the last 5 years.
Right. You want to know why Star Wars succeeded, Kathleen Kennedy? Because of those basement dwellers. Do you want to know why it did so well? Because those basement dwellers got out of their basement to go see your movie because we were excited about it. Because
Right.
you didn't have your director on Twitter running his mouth to somebody
I'll be honest with you. By the third one, nobody's really.
Well, I mean,
excited
that's
about it.
fair.
It was
But
completionists.
But how many people were ready for The Force Awakens?
No, yeah, like
I mean, I was jazzed, and I'll be honest. Unlike a lot of people, I took the Star Wars movies for what they were. I was very upset that they completely cut all those rest of those books and made it elsewhere.
Right, but Favreau. What's funny is
That
they
made me
made it Legends.
Legends, right?
Right, but you figured Disney was going to try to mold everything to its own.
They took Zahn's work and they pooped on it, and it made me mad.
But the cool
So
thing
bad.
is when Favreau came in, and with the Mandalorian, and that
Yes.
side of things, he started bringing the legend stuff back. We're getting ready to see like Mara Jade. We're getting ready to see Thrawn.
Disney,
We're
I'm really
getting ready
upset
to
with you
see-
right now, and I'm in the middle of a boycott for reasons that I'm not going to express on YouTube because consequently you actually own the rights to YouTube right now, and that makes me upset. But I'm in the middle of my boycott. I'm doing my thing. I'm not telling anybody else to do it. I'm not making a petition. I'm not telling thousands of people to sign it. I don't care. Do you, boo-boo. But y'all have irritated me to the point where I'm like, screw your work, screw your movies, screw your company. I don't care.
Well, no.
Put out whatever you want.
Then this was where we need like an advertiser like
But I love Star Wars.
NordVPN or somebody so you can like get this stuff on and bypass Disney and go
Right.
to Netflix because they put it on Netflix in the UK.
Which I'm super happy about.
So if you hint Nord
Nudge, nudge.
or other VPN providers, we would love you to sponsor the show.
Yeah, I'm actually all about ExpressVPN. I do like it.
Yeah,
It works.
like we use Nord at the house,
Yeah, it's great.
so I could.
And the VPN providers out there want to give us a little
Right.
love, we'd be happy to show it right back.
And we will use you, and we will share out stuff with everybody. And
Yup.
yeah, so just give us.
We'll
a
let
call.
our real opinions be known. But if you really want to know what I think, there's a member section
right.
that you could check out, and I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, about it.
But anyways, so we're coming to the tail end of the show,
Right.
and we haven't done the thing.
Right.
You guys have stuck around this far and listened to us rant and rave, and especially me because I'm bad about that sometimes.
I'm feeling like we need to
Lighten the mood.
Well, no, I'm thinking of a
Bring
Mel
up the-
like Mel Brooks style thing. Like let's leave it on a high note.
It's good to be the king. So, if you guys have stuck around this far, we really do appreciate it. Again, like, share, subscribe, all that good, crazy stuff. But there is something that we want to show you, especially all of you wonderful Bethesda fans out there who get on Twitter all the time and complain about Bethesda games. And Bethesda just takes your money and doesn't say anything back.
As they're wont to do.
This is going to be the Fallout London trailer, and real quick, this is not a Bethesda-sanctioned thing. This is a DLC-sized mod that somebody took the Fallout 4 universe and completely turned it on its head and designed London from the Fallout 4 engine.
But it was so big that it literally got
It
put
is-
on E3. And,
yeah,
and
it is so good, you guys. So we're going to check this out.
London, 2237. They always said the sun had never set on the Empire.
Is that
But
Statham?
now, most of old Blighty is a
Is that
shell of its
Statham?
former self.
Sound-
Bodged together buildings, radiation filled nightmares.
It's not Statham.
Hooligans.
I'll give the credits when it's over.
Or whatever the bloody hell those things it
That's
taps
pretty
up and
decent. Jason Statham.
if you know what I mean.
That's English.
In fact,
It's the
closest
gravel.
semblance of structure we got is the Daft and Barmy boys over in Lambeth. Only they won't budge except for a couple of Rosie Lee. So in a nutshell, it's all a bit tom tits these days.
It's a mod.
Listen,
It's a
the
mod.
whole of Blighty's up for grabs right now.
Okay, now
Nobody's
it's
heard of
not.
Her Majesty for ages, and frankly, people are cream cracked at hearing the gentry's orders from behind the walls.
Frickin' Buckingham all locked up.
Especially when Tunnel coughs out there making things go bump in the night. So all's to play for. Each wanker out there wants a part of the pie. The question is, who'll it be? The last vagabonds of London's gutter? The fascist pamphleteers in the fifth column? or the Camelot Knights of days past, heading once more unto the breach. You just need to open your eyes and have a butcher's, me old China. The sun's about to set on this hallowed land. I'll let you into a little secret though. Whilst the location might have changed, war never changes.
Looks so good. That is a mod I am going to install for sure. That is just gorgeous. That is, yeah. So I've got the credits here because you're saying that you thought it might be a Statham voice. So,
well, to be honest, like I had my headphones on, and we don't have this piped through the headphones yet.
Not yet. We will.
It causes a whole lot of feedback at the moment, so we're trying to get that sorted.
Yeah. That's the short of it. So the voice, the narration voiceover was Ciaran Sayward. I'm probably completely butchering your name. I'm sorry.
Well, so like once I took the ears off, I could hear the difference. But like in the beginning, it was just like really low and with the gravelly with the.
Oh, he's talking like this, which is a typical Statham response to certain things.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's like either Statham or what's his name from the Call of Duty franchise.
Oh my God, I know exactly who you're talking about too, and it's gonna bother me that I can't remember the name.
It's one of the snipers.
So totally new settings, exploring totally new cultures. Blah 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 blah. Allows us to explore pre-war European history and the effects the resource wars had on the class-structured society of pre-war Britain. So the video was done by Sunny Delight. The script blah 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 blah. Hang on.
Blah blah.
I'm trying to get the development team. Yeah, SMG. So Bethesda, pretty much is just like, yeah, this is cool. Like this is pretty neat.
Well, I mean, they actually kind of like they welcome the modding community. You know, like there's been.
Oh, dude. Okay, so Dan Bull. Do you know who Dan Bull is?
I know the name.
Dan Bull does like the raps for. He does like the Call of Duty rap and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
He actually messaged them and said, "Can I please host a radio station for this mod?"
That would be awesome.
They responded. I'm looking for their response. Hopefully I can find it before too long. Oh, wait. No, there we go.
We could host a radio station.
I know. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, oh, if they won't give it to him, I'd love to have Dan Bull on here and have him take part in this. It'd be great. Come on, where's it at? Come on. There's 150 responses, so you guys got to give me a second because I want to see what they said. I'm really curious what they said. Come on. What the hell? Or did they just like it? Hold up.
Hold up.
Hey. Yeah, they liked it, and they also replied. So let's keep going here. Nope. Yep. Come on. Oh, my God. This is killing me. My God, we're like the last ones to respond. Why is it not pinned to the top? You know what? I don't know what they said. I'll find it later. We'll figure it out.
Look for it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, look for it on our Facebook page or on the website or whatever. I'm still looking as I'm telling people that I'm going to stop looking. Dear God. All right, you know what? I was going to say, somebody actually responded with, if the queen's not an immortal, I don't want to play. Yeah, she should be. She should be a ghoul.
Right?
Because Queen Elizabeth II can't ever die. That's like an unwritten rule of history. Her and Betty White are going to be the last people standing after all the bombs drop.
Right, no, like they're going to walk out of
still here?
They're going to walk out of their bunkers and be like, their Vault Tech bunkers and be like,
there could be only one.
It'll be the showdown of the immortals. It'd be, you know, the Queen versus Betty White to the death.
Right. So a lot of people's responses for E3 have been the Castlevania Advanced Collection. Everybody's Talking about how Last of Us Part 2 was released 1 year ago, and that's their favorite moment. But Metroid Dread, that seems to be the big one that everybody's paying attention to. But yeah, so
Right.
we talked about E3. We talked about all kinds of stuff, man. We got all kinds of classic stuff. I think we ran way over the hour, or maybe just at it.
No, we're right about at it.
Yeah, so I like it, man. I think this is a good episode. I had fun
Yeah.
ranting about
Well, we had stuff to talk about.
Jerk Mangold.
Like I said, with him, when we covered him, but like to me, it's just like a punch down. It's work on the movie. Let PR deal with people like that.
Right.
We are going to express, like if you want to message, respond to this, go ahead. Like I'm
going to at you when I share this on Twitter. I'm going to at you, Mangold.
Well, I don't know. That's like trying to pick a fight. It's like
No,
like
I don't care.
We're literally the paper tigers in this situation. We're the small nation.
I will get into a war as I try to say war of words.
A word of wars.
A word of wars. As I try to get into a war of words, I
said,
butcher trying to actually say the words. So.
Right.
But I will happily get into a war of words with you any day of the week, Mangold. We'll have fun, dude. You can Twitter at me all day long. We can just have a blast. Because the more I can keep you from making your stupid movie, the happier I'll be.
Like I said, just let him make the movie. We'll rag on it later. But no,
this isn't over.
But no, because we were literally the paper tigers in this deal. Like,
I know.
Like, come respond to us so more people will listen to us.
Shh! Don't give away our secrets.
It's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it. It's like, well, maybe he'll add us, and like more people
what did they say?
Right?
This jerk. He called us fat.
I resemble that remark.
All right, so we got E3 and
Mangold and
Fallout London.
And we threw a couple other things in there and
talked about the
76 and whatnot.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
a lot of E3 content,
and I'm
then
going to play hell trying to figure out. Well, I mean, I can section out a lot of this for.
Oh my
YouTube
God!
channel.
I didn't even think about trying to section this out. It's gonna be terrible.
I'm
glad that's not my job.
Speaking of which, you're learning the the editing.
I quit.
But
I can't follow my own thoughts half the time. You want me to try to follow it in a video? That's terrible.
Right? But yeah, so we have hit our time. This has been Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. You can find us at our website. You can find us here on YouTube or Minds, or if we can ever figure out Odyssey, we're gonna be on there. We're trying to figure out like a lot of like convenient ways to get it to you wherever you guys are. So if you can't catch us on YouTube, or if you can't catch us live, or you want to catch us live, geekpublicradio.com. Become a member. It's $5. You can get access to movies that we have rights to, movies that we've made, members only content, convention stuff. We have a convention coming up at the beginning of next month. It's only weeks away for In Conjunction, so come check us there. Become a member and get access to our live shows and live videos from there, or wait the 6 months for them to actually finally hit YouTube. It's more fun if you're there. You could actually find, like, oh, hey, we can go over there right now and buy the stuff that they're promoting on that show that's streaming live on my computer.
True story.
My phone. So
also, make sure you go to blackbookmovie.com.
Yes, blackbookmovie.com. Rutledge Productions has been helping us out and has been a really good sponsor for the station and whatnot. So, but we all did have a hand in the movie. So we would love for you to check it out. The new trailer dropped. Everybody's been loving it.
Let's just be honest. I'm the star.
When the new trailer dropped, we've just got nothing but good comments about it. And
so you guys check out the trailer and then go to blackbookmovie.com. I've been Crazy Chris.
Go buy the book. I know the trailer says don't read the book. But you should totally
Got my copy.
go buy the book.
You'll get yours.
We need to put that like in reverse. Like,
And upside down.
no, I'm talking about like, the subliminal, like, you play it backwards, it says buy the book. Buy
Right.
the book.
Oh, you're talking about this is don't read the book, but buy it.
Right.
Buy it, but don't read it.
But this has been Geek Public Radio, and we will see you on the next show.
Peace.